Hello everyone! So today I am actually working on a granny square that I'm turning into a full queen-sized blanket. That's pretty big. So I recently just used this beautiful Templar yarn for the mane and tail of my pocket loaf unicorn. So this is how it crochets out with the curly mane and tail. This pattern is also available on my Etsy and my Patreon membership. If you are interested, I will put a link in the description to that. But I just loved the colour so much that I decided I would make a blanket out of it. Because we are getting into winter here next month in Australia, and oh my gosh, it is getting so cold, and even my partner, who is normally taking off the blankets, is like, oh my god, it is cold in bed. So I thought, I would make us a blanket. I've been wanting to make us a blanket for the 2.5 years we've been together. And now that we're engaged, I thought it would be the perfect time to crochet a blanket. Now, I don't normally like granny squares. My brother wanted me to make him a coat that was nothing but granny squares, and it was my first time ever making them, and that was when it's not something I personally want to make. I find I don't enjoy it, and then I end up just not hating it, but just not liking it. So the fact that I am wanting to make this into a blanket, I'm hoping it might change my opinion on granny squares, but I don't know yet. Now, I'm not making this into heaps of different squares. What I'm actually planning on doing is just making it into one giant granny square blanket. Now, I don't know how that'll go with the weight. It's going to be a work in progress, see how I go. But that's what I'm going to be doing in this vlog over the next week, is basically filming my progress over the next 7 days. So this is the size of it so far. I am only on my, I think, my 4th row. It can be difficult for me to remember exactly how many, but I think this is my 4th row so far. So I am still very much at the beginning. It crochets up such a beautiful color. This is why I really love this yarn. It is very pretty. Now, I only have 3 balls of it so far. I know I will definitely need to get more, but this is day 1. This is how big it is so far. So I will be posting up progress over the next 7 days. This is basically what I'm going to be dedicating this entire week to making. I want to see exactly how much I can actually get made in a week on this blanket. I have never made a full queen size blanket before. I mainly make baby blankets, and that can even take me, I think the longest it ever took me to make a baby blanket was a month, but that was also making it into a 3-in-1 blanket, which you might know of my puppy baby blanket crochet pattern, which is also on my Etsy and my Patreon. I made the blanket, and then I made a puppy head, legs, and a tail, which I ended up sewing onto the blanket so it could be a playmat, a blanket, and a decoration, all 3-in-1 for a nursery. It came out really well, but it did take me a month to make. So I have no idea what I'm getting into for this blanket. I honestly have no idea how long it will take me to make, but like I said, I'm just going to be posting up a week's worth of progress in these videos. So wish me luck. I am hoping I can get it made before winter actually hits, which is in about a month. probably less than a month actually, because we're already the 11th here of May, and winter is next month, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, but I am going to try my best. Again, this is the progress of it so far, so I am still very much in the beginning. So I'm going to go work on this a bit more, and I will continue showing updates throughout the week. I hope you enjoy it, and I really hope I can get a decent amount done. See you next time. Hi everyone, welcome back. It is day 2 of my crocheting a full queen sized granny square blanket, and I worked pretty much all of yesterday on this thing that I had spare time on, and this is how big it is now. It is working up so fast. I love it, but it is dawning on me that as it does get bigger, each round is going to take longer and longer every single time. So that's dawning on me now, because as it does grow, it will take longer. I mean, right now I'm loving the momentum. It is growing so fast, and I just know that is not going to last. So that's daunting. It is in the back of my mind of how long is it actually going to take you to make this. I know I'm only filming 7 days worth of how much I can get it to grow over the week, but I am starting to wonder, you know, how much of it is it actually going to get done in that time frame. So right now I'm loving how much it's growing. I am loving the color. It is so beautiful. Look at that. It comes out so pretty. This is a really nice color. But I'm also working through this first ball really quickly. And I only have 3 of them. So I will definitely need to buy more. I didn't realize just how quickly this stitch goes through the yarn. It really does use it up very fast. So I will definitely need to get more. I don't know how much more. I've never really made a blanket of this size with this sort of ply or stitch. So I'm used to making baby blankets, and they are a lot smaller than a full queen blanket. So it's daunting. The realization is hitting me, and I'm like, oh my god, this is going to take so much longer than a week to make. But I will still continue to show you my progress over the week, just to see how much I can get done of it. That's the real challenge here, is how much exactly can I get done on this over the course of 7 days. And that in itself is rewarding, just to see how much I can really do. But once it starts getting bigger, it is going to get awkward, especially because I get a lot of pain in my wrists and my fingers, and especially as the weather gets colder, I will start feeling it more. I've got special gloves that I can wear, but I've never actually tried crocheting wearing them, so I don't know how that'll go. They're a bit awkward. But I will do my best to try and get as much of this done that is humanly possible in these 7 days. It's only day 2. It is only day 2. So I'm still very much at the beginning of this. So I will just keep plugging away as the day goes. I am already happy with how it's coming out though. I think it could end up being very beautiful big blanket. I'm starting to understand now why people make these blankets in the smaller squares, because it doesn't seem quite so daunting because you're making smaller squares. You can make them really quick, you can put them in a basket and then just sew them together. Making it like this, each round is bigger and takes longer, and that is more oh my god, this is taking forever. Whereas the smaller squares, you just build the momentum and you can kind of keep that momentum. I will not be able to keep my momentum with this. So I'm definitely understanding the appeal now of the smaller squares for the blankets, but personally I just don't really like the look of that. I don't know, I never really have, so I think it looks better as one big piece rather than lots of smaller squares. That's just my preference though, so I am being stubborn and trying to make it as one big blanket, but I am also worried about the potential weight that it could have. Like, surely once you sew all the little squares together, they would have the same sort of weight, but I'm just worried about how much it'll make the blanket stretch and pull. But I don't think it'll be a massive problem, because all blankets end up having about the same weight once you sew all the smaller pieces together, surely. I'm not 100% sure on that, but like I said, I've never made a blanket this big, so this is the progress for day 2. It's coming out really nice, and I will see you tomorrow for day 3 update. Hi everyone, so it is day 3 of my crocheting this full queen granny square blanket. I am now onto my second ball of yarn, and this is how big it has gotten so far. It is getting big. I measured it when I finished the first ball of yarn, and it was 16 by 16 inches. I believe it used up something like 238 meters of yarn so far that I've gone through. So it's getting big, and I have definitely come to the realization that I need more yarn. So I just ordered some more up today. Spotlight is having a sale on this yarn, so I'm like, yep. So I have ordered 5 more balls. They're 140 grams each, so if one ball roughly grows it at 16 inches, I estimate that I'm going to need at least probably 10 to 15 balls, if not more. So I'm probably going to need to order more, but I am limited in money, so I also had to buy some other things as well, like more stuffing for my amigurumi plushies, because I'm getting low on that. I go through that so quick. So I've ordered up 2 more kilos of stuffing. I forgot to get safety eyes. Well, good thing I've got a stash that I can use up first, but I prefer these ones anyway. The ones from Spotlight tend to be a bit, they just don't sit right for me. So these ones that I got online, I think they were on eBay, are a lot better. They are honestly the best safety eyes I've ever had. So I'm a little bit croaky, I'm sorry. I think I might be coming down with a cold, but it's hard to tell, because like last night my throat was hurting and today it's fine. I don't know. It could just be my hay fever, because breathing in the cold air also flares up my hay fever, and I can get a sore throat from that as well. So it's really hard to tell sometimes. I feel fine otherwise, so. But I am just staying home, ordering my yarn online just in case. Can never be too careful these days. So this is so I am loving how the color is coming out. When I started this, I was a little bit worried about how the coloring would come out, if it would bunch, like one color here, one color there, but it's actually coming out pretty even and nice. So I am very happy with that. It is getting so big. It's starting to take up my lap. It's getting big, and each row is taking longer and longer. Well, actually, I'm working in rounds. I'm just working around and around, but each round is taking so much longer now. And it's nice. It's a nice, relaxing, repetitive pattern. Like, I'm used to doing ones where you have to constantly be like, okay, this is what I need to do. Count, 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 count. Whereas this one is just do it. Don't even think about it, just do it. So it is a nice, relaxing crochet pattern, like a project. And I think that's what I needed, honestly. I've been so busy designing and figuring out patterns and body pieces and trying to get them to measure up properly, and I think I needed just a nice, relaxing, no brain needed pattern project to do. So, and as the weather gets colder and I'm making this, it will help keep my lap even warmer, so that is another bonus there. So anyway, day 3, second ball of yarn, at least 16 inches now, so it's getting there. For a full queen, I've got to get it up to 90 by 90 inches. It's big. So I am making good progress, because it's only day 3, so I've only been doing this for 2 days, and it's already getting quite large. So I am very happy with that. So let me know what you think in the comments about this beautiful color. I would love to know what you think of it, of how it's coming out, if it's appealing to the eye. I definitely think it's nice and soft, which does help with that. So I will see you tomorrow with another update. Hey everyone, welcome to the day 4 update. So day 3, it was 16 by 16 inches when I first measured it in the morning. And this morning it is 20 by 20 inches. So it's getting there. I did notice this morning I woke up with some arm pain in my shoulder, but that also could be because I slept on it wrong, which I do have a bad habit of doing, and I also did have a bit of a rough night's sleep. Just my mind wouldn't turn off, and some things have been going on at the doctor's that I need to deal with, so that kept me up. That kept me up. So I don't know if it was because of all the crocheting I've been doing. It could very well be that. It could be because I had a rough night. It could be because I slept on it, or it could just be a mixture of all those things. But it is going well. I'm still only on the second ball now. I have ordered more because I'm definitely going to need it if I want to get this up to 90 by 90. It's currently at 20 by 20, so that's a really good start for the first 3 days. So with day 4 today, I don't honestly know how much I'm going to be able to get done on it. I will need to be careful with my shoulder, so I do have to keep that in mind, but overall I am happy with how far it's already come. It's definitely taking longer each round, and I am starting to really notice that now. Like, it's just okay, how long have I been doing this round for now? Like, that is in the back of my mind of, is this round nearly done yet? Like, I just started this round here, and I'm only here. So I've got all the way around I still have to go, and it's honestly taking me probably like an hour to do one round by now. Like, I'm starting to question my sanity on making it as just one big square. Like, was this a bad idea? I am starting to think maybe I should have just done it in smaller squares, or even just medium size squares, but I don't know, I just don't really like the look of that. So I will be persistent. I will summon up my stubbornness to get through this. I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm just gonna have to focus eventually on my progress being getting through the balls, I think. Change it from, okay, how many rounds have I done, to, okay, how many balls of yarn have I used? I think that will be a good way to switch my mindset to of, am I really having it grow that much? Because it does get slower, it does take longer, and I am starting to feel that. So judging the progress of, oh, it's only grown by 4 inches or 2 inches or 1 inch, is going to be like, that's it. So I think it'd be best if I start judging my growth by how much yarn I've used. I think that'll be the best way. I will also still, you know, measure it every morning, still keep track of exactly how much it's grown, to just know exactly how much more I need to do. I'll start putting it on the bed soon to see exactly how much space it takes up there. I don't even know what size bed ours is, but I've always found bigger better. You know, if it's too small, it's like, it doesn't quite fit properly, and if it's bigger, it just hangs over and you've got that more you can snuggle into. That's how I've found it anyway. And with the weather getting colder, my partner has been hogging the blankets a bit more. I'll wake up and I'll have like a corner, and it's like, okay. So I think if I make this bigger, hopefully I will still have some of this on my side. I don't know if that's gonna work, but I am optimistic. I mean, he's normally pretty good if I ask for some of the blankets back. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. But I know some men are just like, what are you talking about? I'm not hogging them. And it's like, I do know that some men are like that. But yeah, so day 4, progress is going slow but well, I think. So I will see how my shoulder goes for the rest of the day. It's pretty tender right at the back, so that's a bit sore, but it doesn't really hurt while I'm crocheting, so that's good. But I will see you tomorrow for the next progress update. Hi everyone, welcome to day 5. So it's getting there slowly. It's starting to take up my lap, and it's getting awkward. It is definitely getting more awkward. I'm finding I'm having to work on it in very different angles now to make it more comfortable, and half the time I've been having to go either on the couch or the bed to just make it so it stops just falling off my legs. So it grew by 3 inches yesterday, so it is slowing down, which is frustrating. It's like, grow faster. But it's like each round is definitely taking longer and longer. But yesterday was also, you know, a busy day for me. I had to go to the doctor and got some frustrating news, so I didn't really get to do as much crochet as I would have liked. So, but I still got 3 inches, which is pretty good. I am still on the second ball, but this is all that's left of it. As you can see, I've nearly finished this. This won't take me long at all to finish. Like, I'll be lucky if this does 2 rounds, to be honest, with how much more yarn each round is using. It's using so much more now. But I still haven't got my delivery of my new 5 balls yet. I think that's getting sent today, so hopefully I'll have it in a day or 2. I'm not sure if Victoria Post delivers over the weekends. When I lived in New South Wales, you did not get parcel deliveries in the during the weekend. But I'm pretty sure my brother has had things delivered by mail that he's gotten on the weekend. That might have changed recently. I don't know. Postage around here has just been very inconsistent lately, so it's like, I don't know when this thing is coming. But Australia Post app will notify me it's coming today, so that should help. But I still have 1 more ball, so it's getting knotted. Don't knot. So frustrating when it does that. I really hate it when you unravel some of the ball and there's just this big knot right in the middle. Has anybody else had that happen to them? Because seriously, it is a problem with me with this yarn. Like, I found a few knots right in the middle of this. So I'm starting to wonder if it's a problem with the machine that they're using for it. I don't know. But it's happened a few times now and it's just frustrating. I had to cut it. It was that, the knot was that big and bad, and I'm normally like, whenever someone needs a knot untangled, they come to me, and even I couldn't get it, like, so, I don't know what it is, but yeah, I had to cut it halfway through, and then lose this big ball that was just the knot, which was annoying. I feel like it's wasting it. But then, like, there was nothing I could really do with that ball that was cut off, so that was, it feels like a waste. But, I mean, it wouldn't even make one of the curls for my pocket loaf unicorns, because that's what I originally used with this yarn, was to make a curl for the mane and the tail for my pocket loaf unicorn, and it wasn't even enough to make one of those. So they actually use a surprising amount of yarn. But day 5, it is getting slower to make, but it is getting bigger. I actually got a compliment on it the other day, because I was working on it at the doctor's surgery while I was waiting for the doctor, because sometimes he's a bit behind, and someone asked me if I do commission, and I'm like, well, not really, I don't prefer to. I've done commission in the past and I've gotten screwed over so bad. I mean, I know not everybody's like that, but it's just, I prefer to design patterns, and this is just a cozy creation that I'm making for me and my partner. So while I appreciate the compliment, like, I don't want to make physical items as my main thing. That's not what I do. I'm a pattern designer, mostly amigurumi, so that's what I want to focus on, definitely. So I'm loving how the colour is still working out it's coming out a lot better than I thought it would. When I first started, I was not keen on it, and now it's growing, I am seeing it better, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I actually really do like this. So it is starting to take over my lap. So anyway, day 5, I'm gonna try and catch up as much as I can today for what I couldn't do yesterday. Today I'm just gonna be hammering it out, so I will see you for the update for day 6. Hi everyone, welcome to day 7 of crocheting this full queen size granny square blanket. It's getting big. It is taking up my entire chair and lap. It's getting big now. Still not at the 30 inches that I was hoping to have it by, but I still have the rest of today to get as much of this done as possible. I didn't get as much done yesterday as I wanted. Yesterday was a lot more busy than I was expecting it to be. We had to go and do stuff like shopping for my dog. She needed more food. And then just go and see my parents. And just all this running around, and by the time we got home it was like, I don't feel like doing anything. So I did manage to do some in the night, during the night. So it was about 1 round, and I swear it's taking me like 2 hours now just to do 1 round. They are getting so big. And I've actually worked out that 45 inches is 1/4 of the size that I'll need to get this to. So I'm not even 1/4 of the way done. And I'm starting to think it would be easier if I did just 4 45 inches squares and just sewed them together, because this isn't even 30 inches yet. And look how big it is. It's taking over everywhere. And I am going to be also posting a little snippet of how much of the bed this does not take up. It really should be the other way of, oh, this is how much of the bed it covers. No, it's going to be, this is how much of the bed it does not cover yet. So, but it's only been a week, and I think for 1 week's worth of progress, that is pretty good. And it's been a busy week this week, so I did not get as much done as I wanted to. But I do still have today. Today is day 7. I still have the rest of today, so I will make a little ending clip for this vlog tomorrow, just updating on exactly how big it is, how many rounds exactly I have gotten done in 1 week. So, because I think that'll also be interesting to, like, not only know, okay, it's this many inches, but also how many rounds, because there's a lot. I mean, but they're each taking longer and longer each time. So it probably won't feel like, it probably feels more rounds than it actually is, but I would still like to know exactly how many I have done. I'm still on the 3rd ball of yarn. I'm about probably halfway through that ball now, and my other yarn still hasn't arrived. It's estimated in the next 2 days, I think. So yeah, but that, I've done the math. It's not going to be enough. I'm going to need more. I'm honestly estimating now that I will be lucky if I get to 45 inches with 5 balls of 140 grams. I'm estimating at least 5. So ultimately, if that math does work out, I'm probably going to need about 20 or more balls of yarn to get this finished. That's a lot. And once I get my delivery, that'll be 8 all up so far. So I'm gonna need probably a minimum of 12 more. So I underestimated how big 4 queen size are and exactly how much yarn it would take to make one. I seriously underestimated it, but I am loving this blanket. It's already helping keep me warm. We had a few days there where it was nice and warm and it was like, oh my god, this thing is hot, get it off of me. And I was like, okay, it's back to cool, get it back on me. But it's actually starting to do a decent amount of keeping me warm now as the weather is going back to cold. Weather needs to make up its mind what it's doing. It's hot, cold. Rain, drought. Rain, constant rain. Sprinkle, drought. And oh my god. You know, my brother's always said, welcome to Victoria. If you don't like the weather, wait an hour. I'm finally seeing what they kind of mean about that. Like, you never know what it's going to do. It says one thing, it does the other, but this is helping me keep nice and warm. It's thick, but not too thick that it still is breathable, I think. It's still floppy. So it's nice. It'll be a nice blanket to put over the other ones, I think, is what we're going to do with it. I wouldn't really sleep very well if this was rubbing on my skin. I have very sensitive skin, so just putting it over the top of all the other blankets I think will be good. But like I said, I will be making a video, just a small little one, to show up how much of the bed it does not cover. And then tomorrow I'll be doing one last video to show exactly how big it is, how many rounds, and how many inches. So I hope you stick around to find out the final result of that. And then when it is finally finished, probably sometime next year at this rate. Maybe not, depends. I'll do another video showing the final piece. So I'm definitely looking forward to that, and I hope you are too. So if you want, subscribe to make sure you get updates on all my other videos, but more importantly, when this is finally finished, because then I have to commit to getting it finished. Make me commit, people, please. Alright, so I will see you tomorrow for the final update of how this week has gone. Bye. Hi everyone. So my 1 week, 7 days of crocheting my giant granny square full queen size blanket is finished. This is how much I've done in that week. It is big. Oh my goodness, I can barely even hold it up right now. It's big. So I measured it. It is already 30 inches just in 1 week of progress. Now I do have to get this up to 90 inches, but for 1 week, I think that's pretty good progress. I also counted exactly how many rounds I did. 30 rounds. So roughly 1 round equals 1 inch. So 30 rounds, but each round is taking about 2 hours for me to do now. It's only going to get worse. Like, I estimate that by near the end, it's going to probably take me 10 hours to do 1 round. With how big this thing is, getting up to 90 inches, I honestly think it's going to get that crazy. I can also be very slow with my crocheting, depending on my arthritis, so that I do have to take that into consideration. And as the weather is getting colder, I do have gloves, special gloves that I wear that do help, but they can make it a bit awkward to crochet while wearing. So I try not to wear them when I'm crocheting, but I just try to give my hands regular rests. So this is it. In 1 week, 30 inches, 30 rounds, And I still have so much more to do. So, and I'm still only, like, this is all that's left of the third ball. So, not much of that left. I'm getting through it a bit slower than I would have hoped. This week has been a bit more busy than I was originally planning. So, I haven't been as productive on it as I've wanted to be, but hopefully things will settle down a little bit and I'll be able to really knuckle down on it. But I do also have to get back to pattern designing because I have some new ideas for patterns, particularly for my pocket loaf collection. So things like my unicorn and my piggy. Now these are patterns that I designed myself. This one is a no sew pattern and this one is a low sew because you do have to sew on the little cute snout and the curly tail. But with the unicorn, you literally crochet these onto it. You crochet everything onto it. So this one's a no sew, and they are available on my Etsy and my Patreon membership, Crochet with Nicola. So if you are interested in them, feel free to check them out. But I am going to be designing more of these in the coming week, I'm hoping. So I am trying to make a collection of them, of just little cute pocket loaves everywhere. They are currently taking over my desk. It's only going to get worse. They're just so cute and squishy. I'm obsessed. So that's what I'm going to be spending next week. Well, technically this week working on, because it's Monday today. So I do hope you have enjoyed this vlog about how much this has and has not grown over the 7 days that I've been working on it. I underestimated it. I really did. I'm not going to lie there. I underestimated just how big this was going to get. And I am still now starting to consider the possibilities of just 4 45-inch squares. Even that will be a lot of work, but to be honest, I don't know yet because I really hate joining them, sewing them together. It can be very awkward and a bit painful, but I think I get this square to the 45 inches and then reevaluate. I think that might be the best option there, maybe. I don't know, but I would love to know what you think in the comments, and if you want to see more of my pocket loaf designs for the future, be sure to subscribe because I will be posting up videos as I'm making them and everything on here, more vlogs of my pocket loaf series. So if you would like to see more of them, definitely hit the subscribe button. I would love to know what you think of either the pocket loaves or the blanket, so let me know in the comments. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog and I hope it has given you inspiration. Bye now.